Let's turn attention to Ondo State, where club and lounge owners have kicked against the invasion of their business premises by personnel of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. This is coming as a group of youth staged a protest against what they described as brutalization of innocent fund seekers in Akure. Senior reporter Ondo State has more.
The doors raised by Saturday's raid of 2 nightclubs by operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in Akure, Ondo State capital, is yet to settle. 127 persons suspected to be internet fraudsters were arrested during the operation. The raid sparks a protest by a group of youth in Akure who are venting their anger against the mode of operation adopted by the Anti-Graft agency. A march with placards with inscriptions on the streets of Akure. These protesting youths are complaining about the manner in which the EFCC invaded some of the nightclubs.
I was the DJ playing at that moment. They collected my laptop. They took my phone from me. They brutalized me. They laid me on the floor, handcuffed me to the ground.
You said you are doing Yahoo party. Who is doing Yahoo party? Nobody is doing Yahoo party. A guy have a bachelor party at Signature, and here in About has been the best club ever in Ondo State.
The EFCC's raid also attracted reactions from lounge and nightclub owners, most especially those whose clubs were affected. While counting the losses, they scolded the style used by EFCC, which led to the destruction of their properties.
They should go about it in a professional manner. That's what we are saying, not the commando gangster style. At one point, the customers were scared. They felt assassins gained access into the club because they were masked, and they started kicking down tables. Expensive drinks that had not been opened, they kicked them down.
Each of these rooms, when they couldn't open with their boot, bow. They broke everything. I later understood that all my officers, all my staff, all the guests were made to lie down, face down.
We are here to let the whole world know that we are not too happy with what happened. And I was told through the report that EFCC, whatever they have done here, they are denying it now, that it never happened. We have evidences, we have witnesses.
They are considering legal action against the operation by the Anti-Graft agency, which they described as barbaric. Ondo State, TVC News, Akure.
For more updates, a youth advocate and social media influencer, Yemi Fashipe, joins me on the news. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Help us better understand the position of the protesters regarding the invasion by the EFCC operatives.
All right, thank you. It was a sad experience. I was in one of the clubs myself, and I can tell you categorically that it was more like an attack. The EFCC officials that came in entered into the club where about 400 persons were seated and threw tear gas. They deployed tear gas into the club and started beating everybody. They damaged everything inside that club, broke the drinks. They went for the CCTV camera. Broke the CCTV camera, went away with the engine. They brutalized almost everybody in that club and made sure that they collected the phones of all the females in the club. We don't have problems with the EFCC doing whatever it is they want to do in the course of their job. But then the mode of operation last week in Akure is so unacceptable. If you go on social media, you'll find videos of how they assaulted the females, how they beat them, brutalized them. These girls were everywhere showing their injuries. It is unacceptable, really unacceptable. It was a sad experience.
All right. Well, while the club owners, and the lounge owners would have described it as an invasion, the EFCC sees this as a step in its, process of actually fighting economic and financial crimes in Nigeria. And these persons are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. So don't you think that this person should simply, have their days in court?
Yes, we are looking at that. We are already in the course of doing that. We are going to take it up with the EFCC because if you don't do this, they will probably do that again. Apart from the fact that they have almost ruined those businesses. Those 2 clubs are owned by young people who are under 40. They have more than 50 employees in those clubs. As we speak, those clubs is deserted. What that means is that some persons have to lose their job. How do we explain that? They said they were coming, they had an intelligence of arresting some persons, but in the course of that, you assaulted over 400 persons in one club. They beat the enemy chairman to stupor, and every other person. The man who led, the officer who led the raid, the EFCC officer who led the raid, I engaged him personally. He told me that he beat a major and a DPO inside the club, and all they needed to do was apologize that it's normal and there's nothing we could do about it. It is not acceptable, really not acceptable. It is sad that people who are being paid with the taxpayers' money to protect us are the ones who are brutalizing us and dehumanizing us. It is not acceptable.
All right. Yemi Fashikpe is social media influencer and youth advocate. Thank you so much for talking to us. We're yet to get the views of the reaction of the EFCC to that protest that youth have staged, but then we'll definitely get it some other time. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.